I'm actually in the middle of moving. So if you guys see like that box back there, a bag, trash bag, I'm not junky. I'm literally in the middle of moving, okay? Okay. What I want to say, what is called? For the history. Okay, so if you follow me from the beginning, also you know that I was a flight attendant. I did a couple of little flight attendant videos, but they didn't really get a lot of views, so I kind of just stopped with that content. Where was I before I was rudely? Anyway, my point is I have been a flight attendant this whole time while having this channel for about, I don't know, long ass time, but I've been a flight attendant for longer. I've been a flight attendant for 5 years, and I enjoyed it my whole time doing it. I enjoyed it. And if this is something that you want to do, or you think you want to do, or you have just like a slight little itch, just do it, because if you don't like it, you can always quit. Okay, and then just go find another regular job. It's only as hard as we make it. So it's not that hard. Okay, it's not that hard. We can do anything. Our black skin, our black beautiful skin glows in any room, and we can do anything, literally, like literally anything that you see getting done, we can do it. Okay, so a lot of people, when I tell them that I'm a flight attendant, they're like shocked, or they were. I'm not a flight attendant anymore. That brings me to a point that yes, I did quit. Reach out to me and ask me, you know, how to become a flight attendant. And I'm like, literally, it's just like applying to a regular job. You find out which airline is hiring, just like how you would go and buy your tickets. You go on that same website and look for careers, you know what I'm saying? It's jobs, you know what I'm saying? It's easy, so you can do it. It's so easy. All you gotta do is apply. It's 18 years old. You gotta be 18, 17, girl, apply next year, okay? I'm telling you, it's so easy. You don't need anything. You don't need anything. God, I cannot get this video out. So, y'all, this jacket on my site, this jacket is by Plain Jane 27. Let me show you the back. Look at the back. The back is cute. I'm not gonna be able to finish this video, so I don't even know why I'm trying. I don't know, tomorrow or some shit, because I'm not gonna be able to finish. All right, so it's actually like a few days later, and I had to come back and finish this video because everything was just chopped. I couldn't get it done, so I'm getting it done today. So the pros and cons of being a flight attendant is, first, number one, you get to travel for free. Of course, you have to feed yourself, you know, pack you a lunch for a few days, or make sure you have enough money to eat out all the time. You're working as a flight attendant, it's not going to feel like you're on vacation, because you're working, you know, living your best life, because you're working. Now you can use the overnights as like, you know, if you're going somewhere good, of course you could go out and explore and have fun and stuff like that. But you're usually just traveling with your coworkers. So if you're somebody that likes to travel with family or friends, this might be, you're working with complete strangers, because you don't work with the same people every trip, unless you buddy bid, if you have that at your airline that you go to. But you don't work with the same people on your trips. You work with different people every single trip. And that's a good and a bad thing. A good thing because you're exposed to so many different people. You learn so many different things. So many walks of life actually are in that field, in that industry. But then it's a bad thing because, you know, if you're on a good overnight and the flight attendant or the crew that you're with is not, I don't know, they're not as excited as you to explore, because maybe they've been doing this for a while and you're new, so you want to go out every single overnight and they don't. Be careful, Jake. It's not like traveling with your friends and your family. You know, you're traveling with strangers, so you just gotta hope that they do want to hang out with you, or they do want to hang out when you guys go on overnight, and not just slam clickers, which are just people that just go in their rooms and lock the door. They're not coming out because it's too expensive, like I said. And when you're a flight attendant, the money is funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you first start, money is real funny. Like you calculate it and you say, oh, $20-something an hour, that's good. Like, oh my God, I never made $20-something an hour. But it's not like that. Like they only pay you, let's just say, like, okay, you thinking, oh, $20 an hour for 8-hour days. That's not how it goes. Like you can literally be working 8 hours and only get paid for 4. That's how it goes. You don't get paid for boarding and deplaning a plane. And that just means like when the doors open and you guys are not traveling, you guys are not going anywhere, you're just on the ground and people are coming on the plane, you don't get paid for that. You're not getting $20 for those hours that you're on the ground. You're getting the per diem, and per diem is at the max $2-3 an hour. Or if you're going on a 3-day trip, you do get $2 an hour for 72 hours. And that's where the money comes in at. So that, you know, that's just little information about the pay or whatever. Now, if you've been here about 10-20 years, you've been a flight attendant about 10-20 years, then the money gets good, okay? Because you done paid your dues. You can pick whatever schedule you want, blah, 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 blah. So, and another thing is the schedule. If you're real family oriented and you like to be home on the holidays and stuff like that, like, that's not gonna happen, Captain. You know, you gotta work what people don't want to work. Now, don't get me wrong, it's people out there, if you're that person that likes to work on holidays, you really don't want to be around your family, like you trying to get away, then this is a good job for you, because you don't have to be around your family. You can work and be in New York for the Christmas parade, and that's the fun part about, I know I'm probably leaning more towards negative, but that's because it was my experience was, it was getting old for me, you know, so I kind of speaking in a negative light. But when you're new and you're first starting out, it's exciting, and then it's a free career. You can do whatever you want to do. But like I said, the money is funny, and you don't get paid unless you work. So if you like to work that much, but you like a lot of money, that's gonna affect you, because it's not a job where you can, you know, the hard part about it is the safety shit. But you learn that. They teach you everything. That's the hardest part about the job. Everything else is easy. Everything else is, you know, people make it seem to be harder than what it really is. It's a really easy job. But it's just the travel part. And it's just like, if you are somebody that likes a lot of money, you're going to have to either be okay with working a lot. It might not be the career for you, because they don't make a lot of money, especially in the beginning. And if you're somebody that doesn't really like to work, it's not going to really work for you, because in order to make money, you got to be able to work. Now, if you're somebody that you already have your own business, or you have another job that can fluctuate around your schedule, then, you know, don't worry about it. You're not there for the money, you're there for the benefits. A lot of flight attendants are like that too. Like, they have other money coming in, other income coming in, so they're not tripping over the money. They have other income coming in, whether their husband have businesses, or they have businesses, or they're realtors, whatever. They just want the job for the benefits. So they want the job for the flight benefits. And the flight benefits are, you can travel anywhere for free, especially if you're in your uniform. You could travel anywhere for free, but it's on standby. And standby just means that if somebody missed their flight, or if it's open seats, you get on. If it's a full flight, everybody comes, you're not getting on. You got to wait to the next one. That's just how it is, okay? So you could literally go on the first flight out, because it's early in the morning and people don't miss their flight. Or you can go on the last flight of the night, because everybody done showed up to that bitch, and now you stuck looking like, damn, which flight I'm going to get on? But you learn that as you get in the field. You learn how to travel and when to travel, and you never travel when everybody else is traveling. If you're going to travel on flight benefits, if you're going to travel standby, you never travel when everybody else is traveling. So during the holiday season, you don't travel as a flight attendant. You travel on the down seasons, like when people go back to work, when people go back to school, that's when you travel. It's kind of, to me, I felt like it was kind of stressful, because if I had to be somewhere, or I was traveling with a group or whatever, like, I kind of had to find my way to get there. And that's not a problem, because I can travel by myself. But it's just like if a group is traveling together and then you kind of have to step away from the group and meet them where you guys are going, that's kind of annoying, because you want to travel leisurely. You want to sit back on the plane and relax. But when you're traveling on your benefits, it's not really like that. Like, you kind of gotta be involved. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta know, you can't just really lollygag through the airport. Like, you gotta find out if you're getting on the right flight, if you're getting on the best flight for you, if your flight is looking like it's gonna be delayed, but you got a connection somewhere, you might gotta go and look for another flight yourself, because you're using your benefits. So they're not gonna do that for you like how a regular paying customer would have that. So like I said, it's some pros and cons as far as the traveling part goes. I always tell people, if you have anything in your mind that you want to do, just do it, because you can always quit. Like, if you do it and you decide this shit is not for me, I hate it, it's not enough money, I don't want to travel like that. Like, I do want to travel, but I want to travel with my friends and my family. It's a career where you don't clock in and out. Like, you just go to the plane when it's time for you to go, when it's time for you to be at the plane. So it's a very free career, and it's very trustworthy. Like, you have to be a trustworthy person, because they don't check for you. Unless something goes wrong, they don't check for you. They expect for you to be at the plane. So however you get to the plane, whenever you get to the plane, is when you get to the plane. Okay, just make sure you get to the plane before that bitch gotta go. Okay, so, and if you need a break from home, it's good, because you get to go and sleep in a hotel room that's paid for. You know what I'm saying? So it's some pros, and it's definitely some cons. And for me, the cons outweighed the pros, because I was just tired of it. Like, I was doing it for 5 years, and I like money, and the money wasn't coming quick enough. I'm gonna just be honest, that's the main reason. The money wasn't coming quick enough for me. And then the last year was I was already feeling like I don't want to do this no more because of the money. But then the last year I had a baby, and then like people work that job with kids, so don't even look at that as a crutch. Tenants have whole families, and they work that out. Okay, so don't even worry about that. But I had my baby, and I really just didn't want to leave her anymore. Like, it was no point. I tried to work at the beginning, but then the pandemic happened, and then I realized when I went on leave, I was like, I'm happier at home. Like, I don't really look forward to getting on a plane and going out of town right now. I kind of want to be with my baby. And if I do get on a plane, go out of town, I want it to be a vacation with my family or my friends, not really me going out of town by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't find any enjoyment in that, unless I was flying with a flight attendant that I knew, and that was my dog, and that's my friend. So you're gonna have your favorites, but you may not always work with them, because your favorite flight attendant might be a 10-year seniority flight attendant. You're not gonna get the kind of trips that your friend is getting. And that's kind of how I was. Like, I attached to a lot of the senior flight attendants, so I was not getting none of the trips that they was getting. I was blessed when I first started, and I was on call. I was on reserve, so I was getting called to be on some of the trips. But once I started like having my own line, I barely was working with them, because they were so senior, and all my dogs was older than me. But if you attach to the younger girls, then y'all probably work the same trips and blah, 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 blah. Everything will be cool. So like I said, if you want to try it, at least just go ahead and try it. See how it is. See if you like it. And if you don't, then fucking quit. Who cares? It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? You go find another job. Don't never let nothing hold you back. You are your biggest critic, okay? And you can make it work, then make it work. Make it work. You know what I'm saying? If you have a big supportive family that will watch your kids, if you have kids, if you have a big supportive family where you can live with your mom, like I said, the money is not good at first. So if you can live with your mom or your aunt or your dad when you first start off, so that you can save some of the money that you will spend, then do that. You know what I'm saying? And the airlines, they throw your ass out there. Like, they feed you to the wolves. And it's kind of like, if you ever been to college, it's kind of like going to college. Like, they just throw your ass out. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? What do I do? But you figure that shit out. You figure it out. The good flight attendants figure it out. But if you're not a good flight attendant, then quit. Who cares? But if you are, then you'll never, ever find another career. That'll be the career for you. And then, the schedule is so flexible that if you want to work, you work. If you don't want to work, you don't. But remember, that comes with pay too. So when you don't want to work, just know that your pocket's gonna be a little smaller, at least from that. If you got multiple incomes, then who cares? It was the biggest thing for me. It was like, I ain't trying to be gone like that no more. But when I was younger, and when I was stuck in a damn 9-to-5 job, I felt like the only thing that I was doing was waking up and doing the same thing over and over again. So when I was like, you know what, let me be a flight attendant. Like, I'm tired of this everyday routine shit. It worked for me. Now, it was a couple times. This is when I realized that I was family oriented when I became a flight attendant, because I realized I didn't want to be away for the holidays. I realized that I didn't want to miss a lot of my niece stuff. I didn't want to miss cookouts. Like, all this little important shit that I really didn't think was important to me, it became apparent that it was important to me when I couldn't go. Like, if it was a big family cookout and I couldn't go, that shit made me sad. Or if I couldn't be home for a big holiday like Christmas. Like, my first year, I wasn't home for Christmas. So that sucked for me. I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. But if you're somebody and that is not a thing to you, you're not family oriented, you don't give a damn if you're gone all damn holidays or not, then it will be the job for you and you will love it, okay? And you will find out how to make other incomes if that's what you really want to do. Or you can stay for a long ass time and then you'll start making good money. And that's just really the truth. But yeah, I did quit. So I moved on from that, but I enjoyed it while it lasted, and it was fun, and it was an experience that nothing can compare to. So I'm happy that I did it, and it's a chapter in my life that I just closed. But it's a chapter that I'm proud of. I'm so happy that I did that, because that was so exciting. And, you know, people were so excited for me when I was doing that, you know. So, you know, I wish you guys the best if you do decide to do it. And if you don't, girl, it's so much other shit out here that I'm about to dibble and dabble in too. So, you know what I'm saying? What's for you is for you. And whatever, sorry, I hope you can hear me. But what's for you is for you. And I hope you sunshine and blueberries and happy funness and chipperness and joy and light all up in your life, because that's what you deserve. So don't hold yourself back and do whatever it is that you want to do. Make sure if it is something, if you want to be a flight attendant, make sure you save a little bit of money before you do it, because don't get paid in your first training either, and that's like a month's worth of work. So you need to have at least like 2 months worth of your bills saved up. You know, just save really aggressively. Like, listen to me, there's some people that not gonna do that. They just gonna jump into that shit because they want to get into it right now. But I will say that if you go that route, then you gonna have a lot of financial stress in the beginning. But if you don't care and you can figure it out, then okay, that's fine too. But if you want to be a little bit more smarter and have a little bit less stress when you do that, then just save up like 2 months worth of your bills, okay, before you start getting really paid for working as a flight attendant. And good luck to you, and I hope you have a fun, girl. Until the next one, peace. Jake.